Hello, I'm here to talk about digitalization of the forestry industry and in particular ultra-early detection of wildfires, which is our key application at Dryad. No? Okay. Dryad has chosen wildfires. We're an impact for profit, so we really want to have a key impact. And wildfires are causing 20% of global carbon emissions. That's something that most people don't know. It's about the same amount the entire traffic, all cars, all airplanes, all ships combined are putting into the air each year. And us as humans are responsible for 80% of those wildfires. So it's also us that have to stop that. Now we're also having a huge impact on biodiversity. We're losing 3 billion animals in those wildfires each year. And there's a huge financial implication of more than 140 billion financial damages and 10 billion to the insurance industry. Now, wildfire detection is key, and we need to solve that problem. Obviously, there are other technologies being applied. So far, mostly satellites and camera-based systems. Satellites looking down from space, trying to identify wildfires, and cameras being placed in the forest to overlook the tree canopy and looking for smoke plumes rising above the tree canopy. Now, all of these solutions are great, and they make a lot of sense, and we would like to complement them with an ultra-early detection system that focuses on the first 60 minutes after somebody throws a cigarette and then rings the alarm bells, giving a key time advantage to the firefighters, enabling them to extinguish a fire before it spreads out of control. We're doing this with an end-to-end solution. We've developed sensors, which are solar-powered gas sensors that actually look at hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and carbon monoxide, and use built-in machine learning to detect reliably the gas composition typical for a wildfire. We then send out a signal over a wireless network that we establish in the forest with gateways, again solar-powered, that we create in the forest, establishing a digital IoT network infrastructure for the forest for the first time. We also have a cloud-based platform where we're collecting all of the data and basically enabling them to send out alarms, but also to do health and growth monitoring, becoming the AWS of the forest, if you want. Now, my background is telecoms. I've done 3 startups in the telecom space, and we love these network diagrams, so we have lots of them. We basically put what we call a mesh network into the forest, which creates bubble by bubble by bubble a communications network into the depth of the forest, enabling us to penetrate previously unpenetratable areas of the forest, because normal telecoms don't work in the forest, because the forest is full of water. And water absorbs radio waves. That's why you don't have mobile phone reception in the forest. We are creating the network infrastructure for digitalization of the forest and key application with the wildfire detection as an initial application. I'm being asked a lot, well, how many of those babies do you actually need in the forest? Well, we put one about every hectare, you can say, 0.7 sensors per hectare, wherever there is human activity. In areas where there is no human activity, where only lightning can cause a wildfire, we're suggesting 0.1. On average, about 0.2 sensors per hectare. That still means a lot of those sensors. We sell them at a low cost of about 48 euro, and that includes a reseller margin for our customers, for our resellers to sell to the end customer. Now, I think the use case of the key application of wildfire detection is clear. We can prevent wildfires, we thereby protect the assets and prevent massive financial damages. We're dramatically reducing the cost of firefighting. California alone spends about $2 billion each year on fighting wildfires. That's a huge potential to reduce that cost if we have technology that prevents this. We're also reducing insurance payments. Remember those 10 billion that the insurance industry is being hit with every year. And last but not least, we're saving human and wildlife. That's the key application of wildfire detection. But now that we've integrated a core network infrastructure into the forest, we can upsell many other applications. Just like mobile telephony was initially about voice, then about SMS, then about data services. We are creating a digital network infrastructure into the forest, and we can do things like fuel moisture, subflow, measuring health and growth of the forest, which the forestry industry really would like to do, but cannot because there is no digital network infrastructure, which we are providing. Preventing illegal logging with chainsaw detection or enabling forest workers to communicate with something like a BlackBerry device is something that we want to do in the future. We're using an open industry standard, LoRaWAN, for network communication. That means that our infrastructure can also be used for third-party applications. So not every sensor needs to come from us. We can bring in sensors from third parties And for example, from the agricultural environment, there are many companies providing sensors that can directly work in our network, and we can monetize the data coming out of those sensors thanks to our network and thanks to the cloud platform that we put into the forest. Again, from a customer perspective and from business model, we're selling the sensors at about 48 euro. That's German manufacturing cost, at about less than 400 for the gateway. To compare that, mobile network infrastructure base station is easily 50 to 100,000 euro, the ones that enable your smartphone to communicate. We're less than 400 euro, enabling obviously sensors, not video. We're selling also a subscription fee of 15% annually. So every customer buys the hardware and then pays a 15% annual subscription fee to get access to the cloud platform, including all telecommunication services. We sell to the private forestry industry. We also sell, of course, to the public that owns half, typically, of the forests, but also to utility companies. Look at California, for example. There is a well-known example of a utility company that had to file for Chapter 11 because their power lines were causing wildfires. And one of the energy companies is actually an investor in Dryad. So we will also sell to that. And indirectly, the insurance industry will benefit from Dryad systems as well. Financials, we're going to market with an indirect sales channel. So we're doing some direct sales immediately right now, just to beef up the product in the market. But really to scale is through OEM and resellers. We already have signed 5 resellers in the different countries, in United States, in Indonesia, in Southern Europe. And we're working on 2 OEM agreements with multinational organizations that would license our technology and create products based on the IP that we have created. We're going to target about less than 1 million revenue next year. We have 3 first customers signed up. Product is ready and being manufactured right now. And we're targeting profitability in 2024 with about 24 million euros of revenue at that time, and then also building the ARR over time. Funding, we've received 1.8 million seed funding last year from Stihl, the world's largest chainsaw manufacturer, not surprisingly, because we create a digital network infrastructure in the forest, but also Brandenburg Capital, an energy company in Germany, and an impact fund, ISA AG. We added 1.6 million euro non-dilutive EU funding. We developed the product with 16 people now. Now we need to scale. Product is ready. Customers are signing up, but we need sales, marketing, supply chain, organization that you need to build to sell the product internationally. We also need working capital for manufacturing the devices. So we're seeking about 8 to 10 million euro Series A. 1.8 million of that is committed from existing investors. And we have a number of discussions with lead investors potentially investing. We're still waiting for a term sheet, but getting close. We are a diverse team, although only male, I'm afraid. We're still searching for a female to join our management team. But we're quite diverse in terms of knowledge and background. My background is telecoms. We've got a hardware friend of mine that I know for 25 years, an experienced CFO, 2 embedded hardware and cloud software, a scientist, and a head of sales, which is our founding team with 16 in total. We're an impact for profit, and just like we have financial KPIs, we also have non-financial KPIs. We're aiming to deploy about 30 million sensors by 2030, and with this, we think we can protect about 1.4 million hectares of forest from burning. That would save more than 600 million tons of carbon emissions. To put that into perspective, Tesla on their webpage claims that the entire fleet of cars has saved 17 million tons of carbon emissions so far. Thank you very much. That was Dryad, connecting the natural world and saving it from wildfires. Thank you.
Perfect.